If you were the only suspect in a senseless bloodbath, would you be standing in the horror section?
It was just a misunderstanding. He didn't do anything.
You're such a little lapdog. He's got killer printed all over his forehead.
Okay. Really? Why'd the cops let him go, smart guy?
Because obviously they don't watch enough movies. This is standard horror movie stuff. Prom Night Revisited, man.
Yeah. Why would he want to kill his own girlfriend?
There's always some stupid bullshit reason to kill your girlfriend. That's the beauty of it all.
Why can't they find their pops, man?
Because he's probably dead. His body will come popping up in the last reel somewhere. Eyes gouged out, fingers cut off, teeth knocked out. See, the police are always off track with this shit. If they watch Prom Night, they'd save time. There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Scream is an American slasher film franchise created by Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven, and the film series grossed over $600 million in the worldwide box office and consists of 4 motion pictures directed by Wes Craven. The first series entry, Scream, was released on December 20th, 1996, and was the highest grossing slasher film in the United States until Halloween 2018. The main plot involved a serial killer wearing a Halloween costume attempting to murder Sidney Prescott and various other characters in her life. And I wanted to make a video highlighting a story that involved the third installment to the Scream franchise. And for many fans, Scream 3 took place in Hollywood, where Stab 3, Return to Woodsboro, was being shot. Gail Weathers and Dwight Riley also worked on set, and unfortunately for them, a killer decides to off the cast of Stab 3 in order of the screenplay for the film, and only Sidney Prescott can solve the riddle. Now, according to GavGav96, Scream 3 has the familiar traits that made the first 2 films so dynamic, but the film as a whole proves that Ehren Kruger holds nothing against Kevin Williamson. Kevin Williamson. Fuck, I'm so bad at this. Kevin Williamson. It's right in front of me, I can't even read it. Another critical consensus also reads, Scream 3 has become what it originally spoofed. Despite some surprising twists, the movie seems to have lost its freshness and originality by falling back on the old horror formulas and clichés. Which is quite ironic as Scream was made as like a jab to the current horror tropes of the time. But to some fans, Scream 3 actually is as good as the original, and of course opinions are subjective, so I'll leave that one up to you. The main point of the video is to highlight a story that we should have seen with the original Scream 3 script. Stu Macher was the secondary antagonist in the 1996 Scream film. He was, and of course in my opinion, the most unexpected killer in a slasher film. A true horror movie fanatic. They went along with Billy Loomis's slasher film like Murder Spree. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, Billy Loomis was the other killer in the film. According to Stu, it was peer pressure that led him to accompany Billy to the murder of 6 innocent Woodsboro citizens. The body count in Scream is also quite interesting because there was 2 killers that kind of like took turns and even sometimes killed together. Billy Loomis was responsible for the death of Maureen Prescott, Steve Ort, Casey Becker, Tatum Riley, and even Stu Macher, or maybe not. And also Principal Arthur Himbry, more commonly known as Fonzie. Now, Stu Macher was responsible for the death of Maureen, Casey, Kenny Jones, and technically Billy Loomis. Also, I want to say, my favourite kill in the film was Kenny Jones, that knife throat slit. Oh man, that was fucking intense. And the ending of the film actually had Sidney Prescott kill off both Billy and Stu. But according to something Matthew Lillard had said in the podcast back in 2010, maybe he wasn't dead. Matthew Lillard, of course, was the actor who played Stu, meaning that surely he would know the fate of the character. Well, according to Matthew, he was actually supposed to be involved in the third film. During a podcast in 2010, he was asked what his thoughts were on the news of Scream 4 being made, and he mentioned how he was speaking to Neve Campbell. He was speaking to Neve Campbell during the production of the fourth film, and he kind of jokingly said to tell Kevin Williamson, the scriptwriter for the film, that he would love to come back for the film. And then it goes on to say that he was supposed to come back for the third film. Damn, I said film way too much in that sentence. But yeah, he pointed out that in the first film he was supposed to die from the TV falling on his head, but in the third film he was alive and in jail. And this is exactly what he said. From jail, I was kind of masterminding this attack against Sidney, Neve Campbell. Neve's character, I have trouble saying her name. Neve's character. And so 3 weeks before we were supposed to start shooting, Columbine High School broke out, and they changed everything. They kind of took the script and just threw it to the side, and they bought me out, and I never did the third one.
What do you think about the news of Scream 4 being made? I think it's good. You know, it's funny. I was talking to Nev. I was in London recently. I was talking to Nev. I was like,
Tell Williamson I'll come back. I'd love to come back.
You got killed.
Well, the funny thing is,
right?
I was supposed to come back for the third one. Nobody knows this, but the third one...
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Big deal here on Bob's podcast. The third one, they had written in me to be the killer in the third one.
Now, how is that going to be justified? Because you were
I
killed
only took
at
a
the end of the
TV
first.
on the head.
What?
I took a TV on
Is that what it was?
That's how I died.
So
the
theoretically,
idea was,
you could have been...
from jail, I was masterminding this kind of this attack against Sidney, Neve's character. And so 3 weeks before we were supposed to start shooting, Columbine High School broke out. And they changed everything. They kind of took the script and threw it to the side, and they bought me out, and I never did the third one. So I think it's great if they can figure out a way. I mean, look, I think Wes is a genius. I love Wes Craven. I love the entire cast. And so if they can make the fourth one exciting and new and fresh, awesome.
Now, before we continue, my condolences to any families involved in the Columbine situation. I actually only recently read up on the whole Columbine massacre before making this video, because truth be told, I never fully read into it, and it's heartbreaking to say the least. I wish nothing but peace and love for anybody involved. Now, I don't understand how the film would have been somehow tied to the Columbine massacre, but I respected the writer's decisions to scrap the script, and I'm not going to question it. Thankfully, Kevin Williamson actually released some of the details of how the third film should have gone. In my original story for Scream 3, the killers were basically a fan club of Woodsboro kids that had formed because of Stab 1 and Stab 2. They were all doing the killings, and the big surprise of the movie was when Sidney walked into the house after Ghostface had killed everyone, and they all rose up. None of them were actually dead, and they planned out the whole thing. Now, that's a different concept for sure. I can only really imagine that those supposed killers and victims would be as likable as the college students that Freddie Harris picked out for that one episode of Dangertainment. My point being, I feel like people would really have a hard time finding things to like about those killers and victims, especially because their motive was their quest for fame. Kevin Williamson basically like squashed down all of those characters and like made them into one big annoying character and named her Jill Roberts. So you might be questioning like, wait, Dylan, you didn't like the character of Jill Roberts in Scream 4? Anyway, aside from that, no, I don't like her, just to, I guess, put it out there. Not a big fan of her performance in the film at all. Actually, I don't think there's a performance she's ever done that I was a fan of, but I guess it's just me not liking her as an actress. Anyway, aside from that, Scream 3 would have turned out a lot differently had the script been used, and even Scream 4 could have been like really different. It could have been quite possible that maybe Stu, got out of jail and he was like physically one of the killers in the film. I think that would have been kind of cool. Also, a cool little extra, Kevin eventually used this idea for Scream 3 for his TV show The Following. Now that's what I call a cool little trivia. I've also mentioned in the past that Blumhouse have expressed interest in rebooting the Scream franchise, and now in my opinion, I could never see Matthew Lillard come back to do another Scream film, but he may do a small cameo sometime in the future. I wouldn't hold my breath on it. What are your thoughts on this though? Would you have preferred this film over the Scream 3 that we did get? Did Stu really deserve to come back for another one? I think, hell yeah. In my opinion, of course, Stu is one of the best characters in the film. Even Stu and Randy, I can't choose between Stu and Randy. They're both like equally as cool. But yeah, no, I would love to see another Scream film with Matthew Lillard, but I just don't think it'll ever happen. I do want to say once again, if you guys are interested in joining a Facebook horror group, Killer Flex, down in the description below. I'm not going to plug it every video, but I will mention it every once in a while because for those who don't know, it's an awesome Facebook horror group, and you can come in, talk about your favorite horror movies, have a discussion with other people, and you never know, even some of your favorite horror YouTubers might be in there. So look, I'm going to end off the video here. I hope you enjoyed what could have been Scream 3. Fuck. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm like out of breath. I've been doing this over and over. I've been recording this video and I can't seem to get it right. I always keep messing up with the script I wrote. I think from now on I'm gonna have to like stop scripting my videos because it's just becoming such a hassle to actually read off what I'm saying. I'm so fucking sprained that I can't do it. But anyhow, I'm gonna end the video off here. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time, everyone. Take care.